Hi, everyone. Welcome to Introduction to Research Literacy. In this first presentation, I want to go over the objectives that I have for this series of presentations and really talk about, what we're going to be learning in this class, why it's important, and why we need to be able to read and understand research, the research that's out there. My focus is to make this course very useful for you, make you better at reading research and solving problems that you see with your clients, your patients, your athletes, etc. So the objectives for this unit are listed on this slide. First off, I want to discuss the term research literacy, get a better idea of what that means, why it's valuable to you, and how you can use it to help guide your clinical practice. I think regardless of what field we work in, we ask ourselves research questions all the time. Maybe we see a rash of hamstring injuries in the workplace or on our athletic team. Maybe we see that people aren't sticking with the nutritional recommendations that we're making. Maybe we see that our clients or our team isn't performing in the way we want them to perform. Or we ask ourselves, how can I make my athletes run faster? How can I prevent this shoulder injury in my baseball athletes? Whatever that is, that's the idea that I want you to get used to, is you're asking yourself a research question, creating a research problem, and then you are going to go out to the literature and try and find an answer. That's what this class is all about, is using the literature to help us answer these research, or clinically relevant questions so we can do the best job possible for our clients, our athletes, etc. So in this class, we're going to understand the importance of creating a research problem and a research question as the first step in performing research and conducting a literature review. If we just read all the journals that we have laying around, that's not going to be the best way to help answer a question or improve our clinical practice. We have to first ask a question, then go out and find the articles that are related to that question so we can get a thorough answer and then do the best job for our clients. We will describe the basics of conducting research in human performance, wellness, injury prevention. We'll learn about different research types and techniques, etc. We'll also learn some terms related to research, including qualitative research, quantitative research, how those are different. We'll talk about primary research versus secondary, empirical research, and peer-reviewed research, and see how they're all interrelated and why they're important terms. We'll identify the various portions of a research article. We're going to read a lot of research articles in here, not to bore you, but to make it so that you can effectively and efficiently read articles quickly and get the information out of them that you need. Depending upon what your research question is, that might mean just reading the abstract, maybe the intro and the conclusion, or sometimes that may mean actually delving into the methods and so on. But either way, we're going to learn how to read a research article by first examining the different parts of a research article. So I've been using the term research a lot. Let's talk about what that means, because it's a pretty broad term that can have multiple meanings. Research, as the word, is derived from the French language meaning to search for or go about seeking, which is kind of the broadest definition of research. It's searching for answers, right? The word can be intimidating for some, and I know even in graduate classes, a lot of times as soon as I say, hey, you need to find some research, you need to go out and research this question, people start to get the cold sweats, they get nervous and so on. It can be an intimidating term, but it really shouldn't be. First off, for a lot of us, research is, if I'm doing research, usually that means I'm reading research articles. So I'm not conducting studies myself, but I'm reading the research, applying them to my own clients, my own patients, and the problems that I'm attempting to solve with them, or again, using the information gleaned from these articles to help me improve my practice. But research can be conducting a study to learn something new, where you gather subjects, do something to them, measure something before and after, and see the results. Or it can be as simple as observing behavior of people. It can be examining and applying the research that others have created to a new situation or a new population. So generally, we're probably working in these second two, right? We're going to observe behavior. Maybe we've rearranged our gym We've moved the water cooler to a different spot to make things flow better, and now we can observe the flow in the gym and see if things have changed, right? Or we've moved a machine to a new spot to try to get people to use it more often, and we can observe behavior. That's research in a way, maybe not publishable, but it's still useful information. Most often, we're going to be examining and applying the research that others have done to our own situation. So, as I said before, if my goal is to improve the wellness of my clients, maybe by enhancing or improving their diet while they're at work, then I can use the research that's out there that other people have done with a similar goal, with a similar population, read that research, read those articles, and apply it to my own practice, potentially improving the efficacy of my own interventions, right? So that's usually what research is going to be for most of us, is applying research, consuming the research, and applying it to our own particular situations. This course is certainly not aimed to turn you into researchers, people that go and conduct studies, but this course is certainly aimed to improve your ability to find research articles, read them quickly and effectively and efficiently, and apply them to our clinical practice to make us better at our jobs and better at what we do. To be literate in research means you need to have a certain set of skills, and we're going to work on these skills as we move forward in this class. Research literacy to me means the ability to locate articles, read and understand the articles, discuss and apply that article to your particular situation, and then evaluate the quality of the research, how well it pertains to your particular clients in your particular situation. It also involves the ability to communicate the findings of other research articles accurately and to use them for academic or professional purposes, which typically is professional purposes in our case, right? Where you're going to read these articles and apply them to your clinical practice. But sometimes you might work in a setting where maybe you get together with all your coworkers and periodically you have to present your findings from reading a bunch of research articles about a particular topic, so they can all improve their clinical practice. So really you could use any of those. There are a number of subliteracies that are found in this bigger umbrella term of research literacy. To be able to have good research literacy, you need to have informational and technological literacy, meaning you have to be able to use search engines to find research articles. You have to be able to understand numbers, understand graphs, understand figures of different types and what they mean. So you have to have numeracy or numerical literacy. You have to have visual literacy to be able to see and understand the words you're looking at, as well as the images, pictures, graphs, figures, tables, etc. And then lastly, to communicate that information to others, whether they be our clients, our coworkers, whoever, we need to have verbal literacy. So we're going to work on all of these literacies as we move forward in this class. And I hope that you'll really take the time to try to improve your skills in all of these areas.